One of the things that will differentiate you the most in this world is speed. I feel like everybody in this world takes forever to do things. You take forever to confront people. You take forever to, actualize your dreams. You take forever to, ask for funding, right? And then you ask for funding once, right? And then one person says no, right? And they don't want to support your business. And then you stop, and then you end up going back to your 9 to 5, right, instead of sending 200 other emails. You need a level of insanity, and that's what speed gives you. The more you post content, the more content you post, the more people you confront, the more peace you have in life. The more people, right, you have hard conversations with, the easier your life is. And why is that? Speed. I'm telling you, if you do, like, if you have a week, and every single week, every single day of the week, you achieve, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 things, right? Every single Monday you have three things that you must achieve, and these are high worth, like, they're not just like the everyday thing, because I also feel like a lot of us are like busy, right? And that's why, like, unnecessarily busy, and that's why we don't have speed, right? None of us preserve our time, right? We're too busy trying to, you basically serve other people's time, when that's not how it's supposed to be. We have all these random events on our calendar, to things that are, they're not high leverage really. They're just us going to meet people that, like, yes, okay, we love our friends, right? But you have a whole lot of nothing on your calendar, and none of these things are like high impact tasks, right? You need to do like 8 high impact tasks a week, and your life will drastically change. What is a high impact task? A high impact task is, posting a video, right? A high impact task is, going for a meeting. It is sending 200 emails asking for funding. It is calling people that, like, it is sending the messages that you've been too scared to send, right? Asking the person out that you've been too scared to ask out. Starting, applying to the job, or the 10 jobs you've been so scared of applying to, right? That is speed, and that is high impact. The more high impact things that you do with speed, with pace, right, the more successful you'll be in life. Too many people are taking way too much time doing things that, like, you don't need to do so many things in life. You need to do high impact things. You need to do high impact. Everything that you do should be high impact, and you will work less, and you live a more better quality life. You make more money, right? If there are things you can delegate to AI or somebody else, delegate them, right? We don't have to we don't have to do everything. We need to do what is enough for us to get where we need to get, and not anything unnecessary. We don't need unnecessary things on our schedule. We need things that allow us to act in speed, and act in, some level of, like, like full on, I'm gonna get these things done today. I'm gonna get these 8 things done, and by next week, right, I'm gonna have a new job, or I'm gonna get some form of new opportunity. I'm gonna get funding now, right? Anyways, moral of the story: act with speed. Be fast. Be the fastest, right? And that doesn't mean do everything. No, be the fastest to do the thing that you're most skilled at, that you're most diversified in, all the capacities that you may have. The most things that you have the highest skill set, you have the highest technical skills in. If you do many of those on repeat at a very fast rate, if you're able to solve problems, if you're able to anything at a fast speed, you will succeed in this life. But if you sit around and you're slow, right, the more slower your achievements become, the more slower your life is paced, right? You're busy waiting for a 3-year degree before you start actualizing the knowledge, the technical skills, before you get a job, before you start your own business. You're too busy thinking of reasons why things will not work out, right? And in that time, if you did it with speed, you don't overthink. When you do things fast, you don't overthink. You're not going to think 4 times, like, why should I do this? No, you're just going to do it, and it's going to reap its fruits eventually. And you're not going to overthink so much. You're going to start living life in the present, and you're actually going to enjoy this life that you've been given, because you're actually doing things that mean something to you at speed, with speed. So do things fast, and you succeed in this life. Do things slow, and you live a very miserable life. Very.